Thriving brewers found a way to profit too. Near beer had never really caught on. Beer drinkers wanted the real thing. To provide it, brewers like Pabst and Anheuser-Busch began selling malt extract. Perfectly legal in its unfermented form, it was easily turned into homemade beer with a satisfying kick. We ended up, August Busch remembered, as the biggest bootlegging supply house in the United States.
It didn't take a lot of brains to make a lot of booze. Then you just had to get the people to buy it. First you invited in your neighbors. If you ended up with a pretty good product, more neighbors came. And then the police came. And you provided them with some whiskey and with some money. And everybody was happy.
Chicago had probably a lot more immigrants in most cities. It was difficult for them to make a decent wage to raise a family. The Italian community was 2 blocks from where I lived. They knew how to make good wine. They used to call it Dago Red. But they're also make dandelion wine. Women bring their little babies out and have them there in a basket, and they pick dandelions all day long. Can you imagine bending over for 8 hours a day? But they turn that into money. See, there's no substitute for money because then they get money for church, for communions, and weddings.
Illegal liquor was made in every one of the 48 states. In chicken coops and abandoned coal mines, privies, and parking garages. In the mesas and canyons of the Southwest, cowboys and farmers alike distilled their whiskey in remote caves far from the prying eyes of the law. A secret still that yielded 130 gallons of moonshine a day was found on a ranch owned by the man who had introduced the 18th Amendment in the Senate, Morris Shepherd of Texas. In Northern California, prohibition agents discovered a still hidden within the hollowed-out base of a giant redwood and padlocked the tree with a sign that read, "Closed for 1 year in violation of the National Prohibition Act." In Philadelphia, citizens bought up homemade drinks with names like Happy Sally, Jump Steady, and Soda Pop Moon. Chicagoans like Yak Yak Bourbon, raw alcohol flavored with burnt sugar and iodine. And in the countryside, Americans drank White Lightning, Straitsville Stuff, Goat Whiskey, Jackass Brandy. Men had been making their own whiskey in the hills and hollows of Kentucky since the 18th century.
Everybody was making whiskey. If you agree with me, being in Kentucky, I don't know about where you come from.